The Disney boycott really affecting the box office? Well, apparently it won't. It isn't. So basically last week, a couple weeks ago, there was a Disney boycott that started. It really was probably to boycott the parks, but it seems that the boycott isn't really affecting the movie's box office. And what I mean is Doctor Strange's box office. It made a star scene 36 million in previews. Use. And $86 million overseas. Again, it really depends on how it does the second week. A movie can open to $200 million, 175 to 250 $30 million, and decline 75% like Batman v Superman, and not really do too well. Batman vs Superman was a box office success, but opened to a very huge amount, but it had abysmal ratings. Same thing with many superhero movies. So if Doctor Strange has pretty not so good ratings, well, then it won't really do too. It really isn't really doing okay. It will make money, but it won't really do as well. I also have a feeling that this movie, along with Guardians 3, will be the last actual good Marvel movies. These. It is one of the 8th largest preview performance ever. From behind Infinity War, 49 million in 2018. It's what should prove Spoiler in Hollywood with a whip these days. And even if you like Disney or not, this movie doing well is pretty good for the movie theaters. The movie theaters did really make a lot of money in the pandemic. They actually lost a lot. So any movie doing well, regardless of what studio makes it, should be doing good. Same thing applies with the Batman, whether you like DC or not. Same thing with Sonic 2 if you like Sonic or not. Big movie, despite, yes, I do want non-franchise movies to make money. I do want, movies, all movies that are good to make money. I don't think a movie should be avoided just because they are not a part of a big franchise. I do think that is a problem. For example, The Northman is more of a niche movie. I do want to see it, but I don't want people probably not going to want to see it because they either think it looks generic or looks boring, or of course, it's not a part of a franchise. I don't recognize it, I don't sympathize with it because it's not a sequel or part of a pre-existing series, which is a big problem in modern day box office and modern day movies. Most of these non-franchise movies are, of course, dead for the streaming services. They basically do what they do on streaming services. But the movie has made $85 million, and it should make making around 125 to 140 million through Sunday day. So this movie should be making a lot of money. And this movie will probably open to $175 million, opening this weekend. Once again, no idea of Spider-Man's numbers, but it should be still doing well. Considering that there's really no real competition, there's Firestarter, the Downtown Abbey movie that no one asked for, and of course, Top Gun, the next major movie. Well, there's really no competition for like 3 weeks. Downtown Abbey might do something because it does have a fan base, but other than that, Doctor Strange would do pretty well. Well before, of course, movies like Top Gun, Jurassic Park, and Lightyear come out, and Elvis, Minions, and all those other movies during the summer. Again, Elvis, despite being based off a major singer, it's still not a part of a franchise. So it's going to be interesting how that movie fares up against the big franchise movies. So, overall, this movie is doing pretty well at the box office. I think it will open to around 170 to 180 million dollars. It really depends on how people really receive it. A lot of people are either saying it's mid or it's good. I'm not all too excited for Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness simply because I'm being burned out by the MCU itself. Okay. But even then, Doctor Strange doing well is still a victory for the theaters, and the theaters doing well is pretty good. So overall, Doctor Strange is doing pretty well. Batman did pretty well in other movies. I think the Lost City should reach profitability, should reach success, break-even point as well on this week. So we have 2 movies that will become a success. Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, and I think those three, if everything everywhere at once was actually legit, actually topped the box office Wednesday. And I think that movie will still have continuing to have good ratings over the next couple of weeks as well. So that means we'll have three successes as well. So 3 new successes at the box office. And 2 of those are not a part of a franchise, which is pretty impressive that 2 of them are not a part of a franchise. And yeah, Fantastic Beasts is not reaching no success. It's gonna be the movie that's gonna be most impacted by Doctor Strange's release. Saving Morbius. Goodbye.